Hello and welcome back to Vineleaf Studio after a very long absence. A lot's changed. I had a spell of poor mental health last year, and as a result I've ended up taking early retirement, so messing around in the studio is my full-time job now. That means I get to play more. I've got a few projects that I'm going to bring you. I can't promise there'll be regular updates, but I'll make them as regular as I can. I've got a jungle of a garden which needs to be cleared. Part of that's going to be a wildlife garden. Part of it's going to be raising vegetables in raised beds, and we're going to have chickens again, which we used to do and we haven't had for quite some time. Right, so rather handily this lid comes off. That's it. So I can put that somewhere safe. I need to measure inside, and it's 280. And 175, so it's 280 millimeters by 175. What I'm also going to do, I've got some broad masking tape. I'm going to mask off right round this, and just to stop it getting scratched. Don't mind it looking a little bit scuffed, but let's keep it as good as we can for starters. Okay, so here's the tape. Take this ring off so I'm not going to scratch it myself. Right. There we go. Doing the bottom would be overkill. I've actually got some feet to go on there later on. So put that to one side. I've got size for our plywood, so I'll get that cut and I'll get back to you. Okay, so I've got those cut, one for each side. Not a bad fit. They'll get glued in later, but I don't want them fixed in yet. And I'm going to have to cut the holes in this side for the speakers. This side? Yeah, this side for the speakers. And so I'm going to make a piece of wood to wedge these apart. So when I drill through with the hole saw, it goes through the ply as well. So I need to measure a piece of wood for that. That looks, put a bit of pressure on it. 135. So I'll find a piece of wood to cut down for that. Okay, so got a nice chunk of wood, and that's a lovely fit in there. Right. Right, so I need to mark this out for the holes for the speakers, and I'm also putting a hole in. I need a, I think they call it a tunnel or a funnel or something. I need to put in so that the air inside can vibrate. Okay, so I've marked out the 4 main holes and I've centre drilled them with the hand drill. Now's the scary bit, and using these hole saws. I've just bought this drill and I don't know how much grunt it's got. Its bottom speed's 600 RPM apparently, so let's see if it has enough about it to do this. If not, I'll have to think again. Right. I think a bit of this might be called for. I'll set it away first and see how it goes. That's good. I need to raise it up a bit. Let's see. That'll do. Not too much. Right, let's see if this will do it. That might be perfect. Find the centre again. Right. And here we go. That's getting there. Well, that's one done. I'll go through the wood later on after I've got the mould done, I think. I'll take this one out. Next one's a bit smaller, but then I've got the 2 really big ones to do. This one's 30mm. was simple enough. Now for the scary ones. Move this forward like that. Well, that wasn't as bad as I feared. There we go. I think we're going to need to sharpen that hole drill up before it's used again, but that's it, it's done. Right, I'll have a clean up, move things around, and we'll see what we need to do next. I still need to go through the ply, but that shouldn't be much of a problem after what we've just done. Okay, back in a moment. Okay, so I've done the first hole. What I went from the other opposite side, so I've got nice clean cut both sides. Hopefully that'll work for the rest of them as well. We'll do the 75mm one next. Little bit of dressing up to do in the middle, but that's nothing. And next for the big one. I'm fairly impressed with this. I mean, this is pretty flimsy. I've got plans for this. I'm going to remove this probably remove the base, replace the base, extend the column 2 inches, and I'm gonna make a fixed table for it on studs so it can be adjusted and levelled. And I've got a little milling table, a rotary table, and a chuck, so I can do little jobs on the rings. I'm also going to make some watch faces, Damascus steel watch faces, so stick with me if you want to see that. Right, so now we're making progress. I've dressed that all up. I've fastened these temporarily to it. They're going to come off because I need to put some black paint on the inside of these so it looks decent in there. Get an idea of how it's going to look. I've also got somewhere, I've got these grills to go on, which will finish those off quite nicely. I still need to make the socket, plug, whatever, to go in there. Tunnel, horn, speaker horn, could be a horn. Anyway, before I do anything else, I'm going to put that to one side. And I'm going to mark this end off and cut it to fit the controls in. There's a volume, tone and bass. That's the amplifier, and next to that go 12 volt output, the USB outputs. There's a switch to switch the the outputs off and on, and I need a couple of inputs for charging the batteries. So there's a few holes to drill and holes to cut. So I'll mark it out and we'll take it from there. Okay. Right, all the holes are in eventually. It's been a bit emotional. This cube cutter, which should have made the job of cutting those very easy, made it very difficult because whoever manufactured it didn't know what they were making, and they'd put a chamfer on all the cutting edges, so I had to spend best part of 3/4 of an hour grinding that up. Never mind, it's done now. The box has picked up a couple of scars along the way, but never mind, it's an ammo box. So next thing want to do is take these speakers back off, give that panel a spray with black paint just so that the wood doesn't show from the outside. Then we'll strip the tape off, deburr all the faces, and we'll start assembling. So I shall see you in a short while. Okay, so I've got the speakers mounted now. I've put some trim around where they're going, so I need to fit it in. And I've got the grills to go on. These are going in with self-tapping screws, so that it will actually hold the plate in place. So let's see. Yep, that's looking good. Next thing I want to do, I've just realised I've got one of them the wrong way around. I'll turn that round later. Everything's nice and solid there. I'll switch to an overhead camera to see the electrics being connected up. That's probably best. So I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so I've to save time, I've connected some wires to the speakers, and now they need attaching to here. This is really simple. It's it tells you what to wire into where, so easy enough. So start right, that's right hand speaker, so let's and finally the subwoofer. So feed these through. Put the right way up. using self-tapping screws for fastening this. Right, I'll just put the two in for now. And this is the sensor for the remote control. Yeah, I even got a remote control. I think I paid about £6 for this unit, which is ridiculously cheap. Should get a couple of cable ties on there, I think. Mostly together. And that's the four of them. There for now. So that is the whole Bluetooth speaker circuit done. The other bits are for the charging side of things. I'll sort those out now. Now I didn't take any chances with this. I did it, bench tested it to make sure everything worked, because I didn't want to put everything together and then find out that my amp didn't work. So I've got little wiring set up all ready to put onto here. So I'll just go and find that. Okay, so let's get this right. Yep, that. And that rightly and goes on there. That's over that slack. Only two ways to put it. Put the wrong way. Typical. Right. Right. I've got one more piece to find. Okay, so everything's wired in now. I've done a test, it works, but I'll have to sort out some unlicensed music so you can hear it. I've still got to make the bass port, I've found it's called, to go in the front there. So I'll get on and do that now, and then we'll see how it goes. Right, I'm going to make the speaker base port now, which I've learned is the correct term for it. This is a port into the box which allows the bass speaker, the subwoofer, to vibrate fully without, if there was no air movement, it would be restricted. And it would sound muffled as well. This is black acetal that I'm going to turn it out of. I'm just going to set away and turn it and put a bit of music on. And we're done. Nice polish. Well, next thing to do is just to put it into the box. nicely polished. Okay, so it's ready to fit. Good pushing fit. I'm not going to glue it yet, just in case anything's going to change. Also, I'm not fastening the batteries down yet because they're 31 amp hour batteries, which is pretty good. But I've got two 50 amp hour batteries on their way. So pretty good. We've got volume, tone, bass, on and off for the amp. Got 12 volt cigarette lighter type socket. That switches these two ports on. This one's two 3 watt chargers, they're USB chargers. We've got the two ports for charging the two batteries up. There we go. I shall find some music first to play. So I've switched to my GoPro so I can play music from my phone. This is unlicensed. So. Thank you for sticking with me so long, and I'd be very happy if you'd stick with me for just a few minutes more. I've had about a week to use this, try it out. Battery life seems to be excellent. I'm very happy with the sound quality. I thought it would have been tinier than it is, but it's really got a good amount of bass. I have got another project after this. Well, actually, I want to turn the pedestal drill you saw into a milling machine, as I've said. I've got all the gear there for that, so that will probably be the next job, which will lead me on to another job I've got, which I've just bought. It only came yesterday. This radio. I don't think it's an old one. I think it's about 70s or 80s. Bit of shifting back there. 70s or 80s. It needs a couple of end caps putting on this handle. General clean up. I only paid £3 for it because the people selling it didn't know if it worked or not. But it turns out it does, which gives me a bit of a quandary, and that
your relationship with food. Find out more at their new clinic, now open in New.
My plan was to make another Bluetooth speaker out of it, but now I know it works, I'm thinking, should I just refurbish it, make the new end caps, clean it all up. I've got some chrome pens that will redo the chrome around it. I could then still, it will take a 9-volt battery, so I could get a 9-volt lithium ion battery pack in and put a charging port in it, which would sort of bring it up to date. Or do I carry on with my first thought, which is turn it into a Bluetooth speaker. You can get them with a radio facility as well. So which way should I go? If you can leave your ideas in the comments, so that would help me. Other projects I've got to do. I've got some laser cut parts to make a weather vane for the garden, which is something I've wanted to do for a long time. That will involve some smithing work and getting to grips with this new welder. I've also got a trestle support to put around a rose tree in the front garden, and I have a load of 1/4 inch mild steel to do that, so that'd be another one. I'll go the quick one, which I can do at some point. There it is. My son gave me this little glass terrarium for Christmas, and I want to put. I've got some air plants, so I think I'll fit it out with that. Maybe put some lights in, gravel and whatnot, and some bogwood. So that'd be a little video. I've actually made a larger terrarium in the house, which is what prompted him to buy me that for Christmas. That's got running water and a moss wall, rocks, little pool. I'll show you a little video clip of that now. And I wouldn't mind doing a video making another one of them. I should have done it when I made that one, but I wasn't sure where I was going with it really. But I could make something similar to that. Maybe it's a rectangular tank with some running water and more plants in. That would be quite interesting. Possibly even set up to have what they call a clean-up crew, arthropods and springtails and whatnot living in it, which will take care of any dead vegetation and add a little bit of extra interest. So we'll think about that for a future project as well. At some point later in the year, I'm getting a cast iron fireplace put in, wood burning stove, so that might make a decent video. I have about 5 tons of wood to be chopped up from trees that have been cut down in the garden, so I'll make good use of that. I would love to go off grid somewhat with the workshop and put solar panels up on the roof, but that's very dependent on the bank balance and how things go there. Possibly try to chase up some sponsorship for that, but when you're just starting out, it's not so easy, so we'll have to see. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. Have a look at my other videos making the rings, making pens, various bits and pieces. I'm sure I'll keep coming up with some interesting little projects, so it would be great if you stick with me. Thanks again for watching, and have a good day. See you later.